Hello, welcome to Talking Good Games. Just finished Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, West Ham United 3. The Hammers are 4 in the Premier League once again. Now, was it classical West Ham or was it we got off with that? That's what we did discuss. But Gonzo, we didn't have to wait long for a talking point. 6 minutes in, were we watching Messi or were we watching Jesse Lingard? What a run!
It was an excellent run, and there was quite a lot involved in it because I think Soufal did remarkably well. And then Fornals. So we were defending. This is the point. We won the ball in defence. Fornals sort of back. I think he might have backheeled it or something. It's almost Soufal lent Fornals the ball. Soufal got it back, gave it to Jesse Lingard. He's in our half. Just goes on this run. And if you watch the replay, there's 3 players around him. And he managed to evade all of them, carrying the ball, travelling with the ball at his feet. And then Antonio does a really smart run, a really intelligent run, runs the other way and just drags a couple of guys with him. He carries on running into the space, Lingard, and you just think this is going to be over. They're going to stop it at some point. Well, they don't, and he finishes really beautifully, not dissimilar to another goal he scored for West Ham recently. Clips it in really beautifully with his left foot. Just an absolutely magnificent goal, Gio.
A very enjoyable goal as well. You were, especially when you're, even the start of the whistle goes, I mean, it was an even enough start for the first 5 minutes. There wasn't anything in it. No one was dominating that, but you're sitting there nervous watching. Then you just see that, and this is what you need when you're missing a player down. You need another player to stand up, and he done that. He just, what a run though. He just keeps going, shows Cody the other opposite direction into the box on his left foot, and just puts it past Patricio as if his left foot is his stronger foot. Yep. What a run and what a goal that was. And then just 8 minutes later, Gonzo, we weren't already buzzing. We weren't already in dreamland. It's 2-0 again. Jesse Lingard turns into Berbatov. He's back really to good. The touchlines, whips it round. Masuaku takes over, pulls it back to Fornals with the most composed finish you'll see.
Yeah, it was a really good finish. The way he opened up his body and sort of just allowed himself to direct it in, really. But they were playing a slightly high line as well. He saw that the first goal was a high line. But the way the ball went back to Cresswell put a lovely ball over the top. And it was wonderful skill from Lingard. But the last part of the routine didn't work out. And what I thought was really brilliant was Masuaku had travelled in there just in case, it was really important because after Lingard done that wonderful turn and flicked it around, it looked like he wasn't going to get the ball. The defender would have got the ball. But for Masuaku to carry on there, which was really, really good. And yeah, the square ball to Fornals was majestic. But the skill from Lingard was sensational.
It was good to see those two involved in the goal as well. Masuaku and Fornals both back from injury. And it probably justified, at that point, just completely justified the formation change, the inclusion of those players and stuff that I needed justified prior. But at that point, you're 2-0 up after 40 minutes. The guys that have come in and contribute to the goals. You're thinking this team sheet it's absolutely nailed. This is it. We're 2-0. We're looking good. There's nothing to worry about too much. There was a couple of other bits that we spoke about. Antonio with a long-range effort tipped onto the post. Wolves went close a couple of times. Willian Jose turned Craig Dawson on the box. I think both those things went 0-0 as well. That's how eventful the first half was. Then we made it 3-0. Antonio went off injured. Jared Bowen, come on. He was on the pitch for under 3 minutes. A vicious effort from him as well. But you can't talk about that without talking about the assist.
Just travelling with the ball again. Lingard, just does it so well. Draws players towards him. And he just always seems to be able to change the pace at which he's running. As I've said before, I don't think he's blessed with absolute lightning pace. He's fast. Don't get me wrong, he's fast. But it's the way he goes from medium pace to slow to fast. He just changes his pace constantly. Keeps the players guessing. They don't want to go in and actually tackle him. Travelled so well with the ball. Released it perfectly, but Bowen's run was really, really good. And I was so pleased he was on that side because obviously you think he's going to hit this with his left. Look, the commentator blamed the goalkeeper, but I tell you what, he did finish that really, really well. He hit it low, and I thought, and I just think the goalkeeper thought he was going to hit it the other side. I thought he was going to hit the far post. I think you never know, he might have given the goalkeeper the eyes and looked that way and then hit it that way, but a really, really smart finish from Bowen.
That assist is unbelievable. He's just drawing players left, right, and centre. He's got like 4 around. I thought he was losing control of it. He ends up somehow half out of control of the ball, using his weak foot to play that pass in. You just think, how has he managed that? But that, when you watch that back, that you get overly analytical about it perhaps, but actually what Wolves were lacking doing that was what West Ham weren't lacking. It was a bit risky. Two centre-backs on a booking after 10 minutes for West Ham. But now discard the Dawson one, that's different. But the Diop one, Diop's yellow card was for bringing down Traore to stop a counter-attack. He saw the danger and thought, there's not a chance you're counter-attacking. Then you
Good card.
Jesse Lingard's running, counter-attacking. 4 Wolves players are just watching him counter-attack. None of them are thinking, I'm going to take a yellow card for the team here. Before you know it, Jesse Lingard's played Bowen in. And that wasn't even his best chance of the game. He had an easier chance in the second half that Souček knocked in. He should have been scoring that one. But that goal, it's just a tremendous strike, hit with real venom, where it's one of them that goes in and you watch it. You have to watch it again just to make sure it's gone in. You think, how's he scored that? And it was similar to the Arsenal one, but a completely different way of striking the ball. Unbelievable. 3-0 up after 30 minutes. Wolves got their goal back, though. Just to really give everyone a sprinkle of deja vu just before that time whistle. Adama Traore skins Mark Noble, skins Suval twice. Lovely ball in. Fantastic header by Den Donker. 3-1 Wolves, Gonzo. Sorry, 3-1 West Ham, I should say.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've done really well. We were actually we were going up 3 against him for a lot of the time there as well, and I thought we managed him really well. And it obviously reminded us of last season when he was going down the other side and he crossed, I think, twice to good effect. He tore Cresswell apart in last time. This time on that side, and look, if we're going to praise Lingard for doing these wonderful runs, we'll praise Traore as well. It was fantastic skill, excellent cross as well. I don't blame anyone for any of that, because I think for most of the game they shut him down. He wanted to do that all game and we stopped him. We had a tactical plan for that. What I would suggest was Diop. I want to see him doing more when Dendoncker heads that. He was just sort of, stood there. That should not. It was an uncontested header. It shouldn't have been an uncontested header.
Yeah, Mark Noble tries to take Traore out. He goes flying in on him. He's just too slow. Traore is too fast for him and stays on his feet. Mark Noble's got the intention of taking the yellow card and wiping him out. Half-time, though, 3-1. What are you thinking?
Fine. Just thought it was absolutely brilliant. So there was a couple of points in that first half where actually we started really keeping the ball well. Our passing was very, very good as well. And I thought we retained a threat on the counter-attack. And despite what happened against Arsenal, and look, that ain't great today, conceding 2. I didn't think we were going to concede 3 because I just didn't think we would. But obviously, the second half went a little bit more squeaky bum than I thought. But at half time, I wasn't worried. I was looking forward to the second half.
I don't know. I was nervous at half time. It's not just the fact that it was 3-1. I thought Wolves were close on a couple of occasions in the first half. I thought, William Jose was close. I thought Neto had a header that he should have done a lot better with. Providence had a header that sort of just went over the bar and stuff. And I thought they were threatening a little bit. I thought we were too, but I just thought Wolves had a lot of threat about them. And I thought we were struggling with Traore. While we were not doing too bad against him, I thought we were not doing great either. We had 2 defenders on a booking. I just thought, oh no. I didn't really I thought the first half hour of the game, I thought we played fantastic. I thought we played some really nice football as well. We're passing about and we're calm. But I thought for the last 5, 10, 15 minutes of the first half, I thought we were getting a bit sloppy. We started hoofing it a little bit. And the composure that we have first had just seemed to go. And I don't know why, because nothing happened. They didn't score until just before the half. So it wasn't their goal that caused it. Even before that, it was almost like Antonio going off caused it. Once Antonio was off the pitch, we just got a little bit jittery, which half understandable. Antonio was in beast mode tonight before he went off injured. I thought he was superb. He was unplayable. And when he went off, I thought, oh no, he's been probably on the verge of an 8, 9 out of 10 or so far. I thought he was unbelievable. But I just thought there was a few warnings there. But the second half began. What did you make of it prior to them scoring? What did you make of the first 10, 15 minutes?
I just didn't think there was that much going on, really. I thought it seemed. I was a little bit disappointed to see how Bowen had almost retreated back. When he came on in the first half, I didn't feel like we'd lost an attacker. Antonio was playing brilliantly, don't get me wrong, but I felt that Bowen was running in behind and giving us not quite what Antonio did, but whereas in the second half, I felt Bowen had retreated back. So our furthest forward player was now Lingard, which just gave us one less player further forward, which was, I just thought I didn't like that for the counter-attack. You know, I thought that's not a particularly clever move. And we seemed to be in retreat mode tactically at that point.
Yeah, I have to agree. I thought I was a bit disappointed with how we started the second half. I didn't want to see us sit back. I was happy with it against Arsenal. But because of the Arsenal game, I didn't want to see it against Wolves because of what happened against Arsenal. So when we came out, and I just thought our passing was just sloppy. And in particular, I'll be honest, Craig Dawson, he was infuriating me. Every time the ball went near him, he just seemed to hoof it. Even if there was no danger around him, he just belted it. And I just thought, well, you just keep the ball, please. And you could see one or two of our players getting really frustrated. You could see Lingard getting very frustrated. We kept lumping it. You could see him waving his arms around at players saying, what are you doing? Why are you just booting it around? And then Martin Noble a couple times had the ball, got his head up. There was no one. He had to go backwards. You can see him waving his arms around saying, where's the options and stuff. I thought a couple of our players were tiring. I thought Masuaku was tiring. I thought Lingard was tiring a little bit. Sort of understandable. One's come back from a long-term injury. One was away with England and stuff. But Wolves also had players away on international football, and I just thought they looked a little bit fresher than us, if you like. And I think the loss of Declan Rice, I don't know, this is just guessing. I'm trying to be like a predictive psychic here. And that is, I don't know if the loss of Declan Rice, they were beginning to feel that right, because Rice isn't here, we're all going to have to do a little bit more defending to make up for it or something. I just thought the second half I thought was a bit iffy, but they got their second goal of the game, Gonzo. Fabio Silva coming on off the bench at half time. He made it 3-2.
Yeah, really good ball as well over the top. I mean, they scored 2 good goals today, really. Great first touch as well. Really good finish. Look, it's sort of, I know we predicted the other guy that had never scored would score for the bet, but this was another one. They paid a lot of money for this kid. You know he's going to come good at some point. It's typical that it will come good against West Ham. So I'm just pleased that it didn't yield them any points in the end. But it was a really good goal. He's clearly talented. Neto set him up. He's clearly talented. They're a good team there, Geo. And, you know, there's no doubt about it. We were hanging on. And we were hanging on. But, I mean, to lose Declan, to then lose, I said at the start, I said in the build-up show, look, I think we can win because we're not a one-man team. And I mentioned the other players that we have, but it looked like we started to lose those. We're not a one-man team. We've got a lot of big players. And one of them's Ogbonna, and one of them's Antonio, and one of them's Souček, and obviously one of them's Declan Rice. And those players start to go. Then it starts to look a little bit shaky. And they appear to have players that they could bring on because their bench had a little bit more quality on it than ours did. So yeah, it was interesting at that point when they scored, certainly, and I wasn't so cocky then. I was thinking, please don't get the third.
I think what was I always saying? I don't know what I was always saying. What we were talking, the second goal, sorry, Neto, he makes a run. He comes way out of. He's sort of up against Creswell at this point. He drops very deep, and Creswell goes with him the whole way. And you just think, oh no. And it creates a massive gap, a massive bit of room. That's where Fabio Silva goes in. Lovely ball. Diop's struggling to get there because he's assuming Alan Creswell still stood there. Creswell's well out of position. And I think sometimes you get a reminder he's not a centre-back, just like sometimes people will feel they get a reminder Antonio's not a striker, so on and so forth. And I just felt that we got a bit of a reminder with that second goal that Alan Creswell is not a centre-back by trade, because that was something a full-back would do, chase the man rather than hold your position and let your man go deep and someone's just going to have to take over from you. And I thought in the second half, they started to target Creswell a little bit, and also Masuaku, Traore came over, Neto came over as well. You know, Moyes reacted, putting on Ben Johnson because Masuaku was tiring a little bit, which is a shame because I thought Masuaku played well. He was just knackered by the end of it. A bit like you, my nerves went through the roof. I did not enjoy that last 10, 15 minutes. It was very uncomfortable, similar to other games we saw this season where we just struggled to get our half a little bit, even though we made an attacking substitution, putting Ben Rama on for Fornals. Did Ben Rama even touch the ball? He might have touched it a couple of times in the corner or something, but not loads. And it was just a very difficult end to that game. And come the full-time whistle, I'm not going to lie, Gonzo, I felt like we got off with it a little bit.
Yeah, but you know what? I think there's times where this season where we haven't got off of it, and that's. I think all things considered, bearing in mind Lingard was limping around at the end as well. Souček had a knock. Our squad was threadbare. I actually think it's quite impressive. Today was all about 3 points, and we got them. And yeah, look, I'm not saying I was ultra confident at the end for sure. It was squeaky bum. But I think when you put it all into the mix with Rice and with everything else, it's okay to hang on. And we were so reliant once Antonio had gone and once Bowen came on and then sat deeper. We're so reliant on Lingard to help us get up the pitch. We had 2 players that could do that. We had Masuaku who had gone off by this point to carry the ball, just carry the ball 20 yards up the pitch and get the team up there. The other one's Lingard who does it all the time. The moment they're both gone, you are just going to be sat back, and Lingard was just not able to travel with the ball at that point. So at that point, you're hanging on. Can you then hang on and see out the winner? And we did in this one. And I think that's really mentally very important for the team, because I think had we gone through the Arsenal game and let a 3-goal lead slip, and then we have another game we let a 3-goal lead slip, it works its way into your psyche. It then becomes a bit of an issue. But to eradicate that straight away, to now know actually we can go 3 goals up. And it's great as a team that we're able to score 3 goals so often, that we can go 3 goals up and see it out. I mean, it's very, very good today.
Yeah, I felt we got off here a little bit. If I was a Wolves fan, I would have been hopeful for the last 15, 20 minutes that you were going to get an equaliser. But I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's cup final stuff, this, and the cups are all about results. I don't really care how you get it. Tonight was about 3 points at the full-time whistle. 1-0, 3-0, 3-2, 4-2, 6-5. The scoreline doesn't really matter. Sure, you would rather win comfortably with convincing performances. But saying that, there was still some convincing performances in there. And I just hope that the team now, the fans are a bit nervous without Declan Rice, what we're going to do. And I bet the team are probably thinking as well. The team are probably thinking, what on earth are we going to do without Declan Rice? I just hope now that they've got a little bit more confidence. Fans have got a bit more confidence. We've got tougher games coming up than Wolves. With no disrespect to them. We've got Leicester and Chelsea coming out. They're tough fixtures. But what it does do is give us the belief that we can score goals. We will score goals. We can pick up points or something. And it just takes the pressure off them, actually. Maybe a point in either of those games will be enough, providing we also beat Newcastle. We said in the preview, 7 points out of these 4 fixtures is what we need, really. 9 for Champions League football, 7 for Europa League football. And we've got 3. We've got 3 out of 3 so far. So it's a fantastic start to this little run of 4 fixtures, which is hugely important. Buzzing, actually. I'm really proud of the boys tonight, because it took a bit of bollocks to win that game. I know you're probably not meant to use that term anymore, but it's the first term that comes to my mind. It took a little bit of bollocks, actually, that character to nitty gritty. It wasn't pretty football, Gonzo. At times it was damn ugly from us, and I thought, we'll get on to individual performers in a second. But full time, any thoughts on the team performance and stuff before we talk about the individuals?
I thought, great to go 3 goals up. I thought great to handle the loss of Declan Rice as well as we did. By the end, I didn't care about the performance. I just wanted to see it out. I just wanted to get the 3 points. So I'm absolutely delighted with that, actually. I think it affected me less than I thought at the end, the pressure we were under. I wouldn't say I was confident that we'd see it out, but I think I was quite hopeful as well. And this is really important, to be in a position where some of the results go your way and some don't. And then to have to win the game to go fourth, and then to win the game and go fourth with 8 games to go. I'm more delighted with that than I am worried that the performance wasn't great. But actually, in the first half, the performance was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought we played really, really good football. I thought Antonio was a turning point for us. I thought until he went off, I thought we were brilliant. I thought there was only 1 team in it after we scored the first goal, really. I thought he looked dangerous. When he went off, I felt we lost our shape, which is strange because the guy that came on and replaced him scored a goal and stuff. But just felt like we lost our way a little bit. I thought there was 1 or 2 players that weren't quite good enough, really, being honest with you. We'll get on to them in a second. But today was about 3 points. We've got the 3 points. happy days. It's more than I love the time wasting at the end by all the players, especially Jesse Lingard, especially someone on loan. I'm not saying you question their dedication to the team, but you do look at them and say, well, are you committed to the long-term project here at West Ham? Do you care about Champions League football at West Ham next year? Of course you care about playing well, blah, blah, blah. But he'd done his bit. By the 80th minute, Jesse Lingard was, I've got an assist, I've got a goal, I've done my stuff tonight, I'm all right. But he went down, he stood there to take the throw, and he knew what he was doing, waiting until he said, oh, hang on, come here and yell, oh, I'll throw it now then, because you're going to have to give me the ball back. Then you said he was limping at the end. I'm not even convinced he was injured. I think he was just trying to time waste. I think he was just, I love that mentality about it. We were in the corner holding the ball up a little bit, and you could see Souček taking a yellow card in the last minute, just holding on to him until the referee blew his whistle. I like that. I like that togetherness, actually. And that is actually what I think let us win the game in the end. We had something that Wolves didn't, and that was togetherness. Whenever we broke, Wolves let us break. They just let us run through their team. We were not having that. We were just kicking the lumps out of players. And I like that dirty side to our game that we've got now, because could be the difference. That black magic, if you like, is what could be the difference between 8th, 7th, 6th, even 4th come the end of the season. Anyway, individual performers, take your pick.
Well, Mark Noble did really well today. Mark Noble stepped up, played well. I was really good. There was a cut. He wasn't wasteful with the ball. You were absolutely right. Sometimes it wasn't a pass on, so he recycled it. There were times when I thought there's a long ball to be played here, but don't play it. And he didn't. He could have done a sort of Hollywood crossfield pass, but he didn't. He kept possession. He made some good tackles. He made some good interceptions. Thought he led the team well. And he stepped up because we were missing a very, very important player today. And he stepped up. And where we struggled today wasn't in his area of the pitch, which I thought was really, really vital that happened. I totally agree with what you say about Antonio. I mean, Antonio was so good. If he'd have carried on, he might have got man of the match tonight. That's how well he was playing. Absolutely brilliantly. I've got to say, well done to Bowen as well for coming straight off the bench. Wouldn't have expected to come on in that position initially, and to be sharp enough to come on up to the pace of the game, to time his run perfectly, and to finish as well as he did. Obviously, the main guy is, and everyone will talk about, is Jesse Lingard. Look, it's great for West Ham. It's great he's 4th. He's elevating his standing in the game. I thought he was high. He was a high-profile player anyway, but what he's done in terms of coming to West Ham, going away with England, winning man of the match, coming back, doing that, he does look like one of the best players in the Premier League without any context needing added or anything else. He looks like one of the best players in the Premier League. He seems to be in total control of everything he does, and it was a magnificent performance today.
I thought that was Craig Dawson's worst performance for us. I know it's a bit negative and stuff, but you've got to say at some point, because you can't say the next game, I think he's been poor for the last 2 or 3 games, and you've not said anything. I don't understand why he's booting it away all the time. There was times tonight, there was 10 yards radius around him, and he just belted it out for throw-ins and stuff. And there was no composure from him. I thought he was a bit jittery at times. The first half, early doors, that Willian Jose turned him very easily. He didn't even do a trick. He literally just turned and he had a shot. In the second half, it dropped and he somehow kicked it to Neto, I think it was, on the edge of the box. And I thought, Jesus, I thought he played poor tonight, Craig Dawson. I thought he was really poor. I don't think Diop was that much better, to be honest. So how we've come away with a win with our centre-backs playing poorly. Aaron Creswell is probably the better of 3 centre-backs. He's not even a centre-back. But saying that, I thought the rest of them held their own at worst. I thought Masraka was a breath of fresh air. I'm not his biggest fan, actually. But I thought in the first half, I thought he was really, really good. The second half, he was limited. You could tell he was tired, and I don't think he was providing Creswell with enough cover in the second half. I think at times Creswell was somewhat exposed, but that got rectified. Johnson come on and added that legs there that Creswell didn't have protection-wise. I thought Masraka was really, really good. And Mark Noble as well, I'll mention him. I thought he had a good game. He wasn't man of match. He wasn't fantastic, but he was good. He was solid. I think he was just did everything right, did nothing wrong. And that's exactly what you need from him. It's the first time he's started a game and won this season. You know, it's been over a year since Martin Noble. Well, coming up to a year since Martin Noble started a game for West Ham. We've gone on and won it in the league, so that's good to get that off his back as well. You know, he keeps his place in the team as far as I'm concerned for the next game in terms of performance. But anyway, can I get your final words and your man of match, please?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely delighted with that. Really delighted to see us. It was so important that we started well and started fast, and we did. And I'm delighted. Not only delighted that we did, delighted that we decided to do that. Delighted that Moyes set them out with that because I thought the messaging was really, really important. And it's one thing in an interview to say we want to go for it. This is an opportunity for us. We want to take it. We all thought that. Moyes said it, but today, with the way that the team went out, it showed that he meant it and he'd been delivering that message to them. I love the way we attacked. It all got a bit shaky at the end, but absolutely love it. We've got some really good players. It's 8 games to go. 8 games, and we're not just in the mix. We're in there. We're actually in there. I think it's absolutely amazing. They've got a week. Maybe a week, yeah, Sunday, isn't it? Okay, well, they got just under a week to get things done on the training ground, to, I don't know, give the players a massage or whatever, work some tactical plan out, and I'm absolutely buzzing about that, actually. Jesse Lingard, man of the match, of course.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the boys tonight. I think Moyes got his tactics spot on in the first half. You couldn't wish for anything better in the first half. I thought his team sheet was brilliant. Second half, something changed. I don't know what. Were they told to defend? Was it just a mentality thing? Was it losing Antonio? I don't know. Second half was a little bit scary, but we'll take it. We'll take it. How you get to the 90th minute. As long as you're winning by the 90th minute, I think that's all that counts, to be honest with you. And Wolves did throw the kitchen sink at us. Wolves threw attacker after attacker after attacker. They just threw everything at us. And we stood tall. We only conceded 1 goal in the second half, I guess, if you want to look at it like that. But I don't think the defence will play that badly the next game. I think Moyes will be looking at that and thinking, I need to rectify this. We might have Ogbonna back for the next fixture as well. There was a chance that Ogbonna was going to be fit for the game after Wolves, which is huge if true. I think we're missing him. And that's all right. It's okay to miss your best centre-back. It's okay to miss your best centre midfielder. It's all right. And we did miss Declan Rice tonight. He would have made a big difference, but we won without him. And I think that is the story of the evening. It almost overshadows going forth and to some extent, because we were nervous before. I was nervous for the game that we were missing Declan Rice, but it was all about the 3 points and we got it. Man of the match has to be Jesse Lingard as well. You know, he got the goal and assist. And then the assist of the assist, he got the pre-assist as well. But he was just involved in all 3 goals. Going forward, I thought he was just brilliant. And I always feel better when he picks the ball. You know, when we're under pressure, we give it to Bowen or Fornals, you're just like, all right, okay. But when you give it to Lingard, you just feel like he's going to move up the pitch 10, 15 yards and get a throw in or something. You just feel he's going to just take the pressure off the rest of the team. He's just such an important player to us as well. So I'll cover this in another video. I rate him as high as Payet, to be honest with you. Not in terms of skill or ability or anything like that, but in terms of how you influence a team.
He's effective. He's as effective.
He's the most influential player I've seen at West Ham since Dimitri Payet, and I rate him just as high. You know, 7 goals and 3 assists or something since he's joined us or something like that. Only Kane has got just as much goal contributions as he does. Unbelievable talent. Anyway, shall we leave it there, my friend?
Yeah, mate. You know what? A late evening, but a good night's work.
If you enjoyed the review, drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you would like to support the channel from £3, £60 a month, and you can afford £3, £60 a month, we wouldn't mind helping that channel. Go to patreon.com/Hammers Chat or check the link below. Coming up later this evening, we've got the player ratings over there as well as lots of other stuff. Go have a look for it yourself. Gonzo, I'll catch you in a bit.
Look forward to it.
West Ham go for 3 points for the Hammers. See you soon.